So, very warm welcome to the special webinar once again, team. I'm very happy to be with you after a couple of weeks, maybe. It's lovely to see you once again. So, you can see a very good market moments as of now. So, the market has been acting up very good, and there are a lot of trading opportunity which you can see lying ahead with us. I'll be telling you what are the good examples. You can see this non-farm payroll is going on. Let's try to close some of the trades. I have couple of trades open up right now. Okay, so I'll tell you what will be happening exactly in the financial market. It's been a complete week and it's an amazing week, trust me, because a lot of clients had a lot of queries and I ended up making a good amount of profit on the balance side, but I'm still waiting for USD to recover partly. So once again, dear team, let me tell you about myself. My name is Akash Malhotra and I'll be your financial analyst for today's special YouTube webinar. It's lovely to see you once again. If you have any question regarding anything at all, please let me know in the comment. I'll be reading your comments that actively well and I'll be telling you what are the good moments on which we can make a good amount of profit in the longer run. We have an opportunity in here, right? Let's go ahead with $200 forex trade, upward trade. What we are doing is just maximizing probability of profit. आइए ज़रा let's talk about the financial market in a very better way. All right, I'm also at the same time reading your comments. Let me know if you have any questions. Particularly, I'll be reading your comments. Okay, so Mr. Alexander said hello. Yeah, hi guys. Naveen ji, hi. Nikki ji, hi. Ganesh ji, hi. Okay, so there is this one comment which has been made. Okay, so tell me about your strategy. Yeah, we'll be learning about a simple trading strategy for today. In fact, we have a very good opportunity in the financial market. If you'll see exactly, I have opened up a $200 trade, especially in gold. I'll tell you why I did that. In Forex, in the longer run, there is a very good opportunity to take up a trade in the specific direction. Why I'm taking this trade in upward direction, you will get to know about this. If you are a beginner client, and if you do not have any status, nothing to worry about. As a financial analyst, I'll be teaching you a trading strategy and I'll tell you how precisely this trading strategy can work out for you. Okay, so tell me, team, I'm reading your comments. Tell me how many of you know about NFP. This is very precisely that I'm really looking into your comments that effectively well. Tell me, how many of you knows about non-farm payroll, how it works? Okay, some of the client I'm reading, they made like around ₹1,00,000, which is more than I believe $1,000. It's again great, nice. Okay, all right. So in the meantime, we'll be talking about some of the good moments in the market. And yeah, let me tell you, dear team, there is a very good opportunity in gold. To open up a trade in upward direction. Again, this is my personal advice. It's been like it's been ages for me that I'm working here in this field, so this is my advice. So be very careful about this because it also involves the financial risk in it. I'll tell you what will be happening in the financial market. If you have any questions, please feel free to tag me in every question of yours. I'll be very happy to read your comments at the same time. Let me see what is going on so far. I was very keen on understanding because there were couple of data's releases right now. So the first one is regarding the non-farm payroll. The second one, we also get to know that the Canadian dollar releases their unemployment data, which turns out to be on the bullish sentiments, and that's why on every currency associated with CAD, if you will see, there is a big candle formation. In fact, a very big candle formation, and it is a down candle. Now, every time whenever a big candle formations happens to be there will be some sort of price correction happen at that very moment, and that's why what you can see, this once this candle has reached the maximum value, some sort of price corrections is happening, and yeah, a recovery trade can be taken on this. Again, it's a strictly an advice. Be very careful while taking trades. I'm reading all your comments, team. I'm very excited because it's been, I believe, a couple of weeks that we are not in touch with each other. We have a lot of financial market news aligned, and I'll tell you some of the good trading ideas. In the longer, these are especially the longer term trading ideas, and yeah, you can work out well out on that. And if you find these ideas according to me like either good or a bad one, you can take trade accordingly. Okay, so we still have some more comments. Okay, Ritik Pandey said, why are you not trade in fixed time trade? I do take trades in fixed time trade. In fact, I love it. But when it comes to the major economic news event, there I'll tell you what are the areas where I basically take trades in FTT and Forex. If you will see on Asia Composite Index, my $192 trade is still alive. And there are a couple of more trades I believe I have taken on gold and basic dollar index, and these are amazing. I'll tell you why I did took a trade in the specific direction. I'll tell you, Ritik ji. Don't worry about this. What is the time you set on trade? Mr. Reddy said. On which trade, if you want to see? If you'll see on gold, my trading time is like around 48 minutes duration time I have taken. On gold as well, I have taken the direction. I tell you why I took trade in basic dollar index in downward direction and why in gold in specifically in upward direction. These are very good moments in the market. Let's start with analysis first. So we'll talk about financial market first, what's happening in there, and we'll try to maximize our potential on that. So yeah, let's begin our consultation. Let's continue our consultation. And yeah, dear team, let me tell you, I'll be reading your comments in the meantime. Let me know if you have any questions that you want to ask me. All you can see right now, the biggest candle formation, even in 1 minute's duration, you can see an impulsive candle formation. Just in a minute, you will see this biggest drop, which happens in Canadian dollar. So for today, we have couple of news lined up for us. The most important news, I believe, is non-farm payroll. Now, non-farm payroll never impact market on a single basis. We usually tend to use non-farm payroll along with unemployment rate. If you specifically choose filters and you will go ahead with 3 stars data, observe it carefully, dear team. What I want you to observe it now, the non-farm payroll tends to be green, which is better than expected. It was expected to be like around 180,000, 170,000 jobs could have been created, but instead of that, 336,000 jobs were created. That's an amazing update. Now the second one, we found out the unemployment rate was decreased by 0.1%, which is lesser than 0.1% expectation rate. It is exactly equal to the previous data. It was released in last month. This itself solely was dependent to drive the market into the bullish sentiments. And now what I did, I make a prediction based on this, and I'll show you my trade on this one. So what I did, watch it very closely right now. If you watch it very closely, look at this USD JPY, right? Especially on USD JPY, I took the trade probably like around 22 seconds before the data was released. I was very sure that the USD will be rising. If you watch it very closely, watch it. 17:59:38 seconds is where the time I have taken the trade in upward direction. I made the profit as soon as on the very first 10 seconds, some milliseconds if you will see. Not even a second has passed. So within 9 seconds we were able to close the trade. We ended up making around 29% profit. When we zoom it out from the screen, we zoom out right now from the screen and go ahead with 30 minutes duration graph. Now, during the consultation with my client in this entire week, we were talking about NFP, and we found out because USD JPY was very close to its all-time high level, which is 150 level. $150 level can act as a very good level of resistance. Since because there was a very good probability for USD to rise. USD works exactly opposite of variation in the gold. That's why we have taken up a trade in upward direction for gold. If you'll see biggest impulse candle on USD specifically in downward direction or upward direction, now you see the gold is exactly wearing in upward direction. So this is how the analysis works, dear team. Our objective is to maximize our profitability on different frames, and this is what I have been taking, and that's why I also have taken a trade in upward direction. Now, if you watch it very closely, the price of dollar in dollar index, whenever the price increases on any assets, that means the dollar is rising against all the currencies. If dollar index is increasing, that means it is also increasing with a lot of currency pairs. And if any impulse happens to be on the very first impulse, there would be some sort of price correction happens, which is another reason why I have taken a trade in downward direction on dollar index. We went with a little higher time duration. We have given a little time for the asset to settle down, because since it is a sudden impulse, so there will be a price correction candles, and this is what the price corrections happen. So there will be couple of ways to take a trade. The first one is with a trend approach. The second one is counter trend approach. With trend approach works when you take a trade with the trend, and against the trend approach works when you take the trade in opposite direction of the trend. And this is why we have taken a trade. So we have one comment. I was going to the comment. Creative High said, sir, I lost 111 lakh rupees in FT. I'm very sorry about your loss, sir. I'm really disheartened by the fact that seeing your comment something like this. I believe we are traders, and our objective is, first of all, is to decide risk and reward ratio. You can make a lot of amount in FTT and Forex, but remember this: in FTT there is a higher chances of risk, 100% risk involved. Whenever, if you will see my trade specifically, I usually go ahead with higher time duration. Higher time duration works, and therefore holding a position using Forex can be a very good option for you. With higher amounts, if you will see, I usually go with Forex. On Forex only, there is no compromise on that. Even if you will see, I have taken on Asia Composite Index around $1,250 profit. Specifically for today, within couple of days, I believe I ended up making around more than $3,500 just in a single currency. So there is a quick update that I wanted to give you. Okay, it is a very good trading idea, in fact. But before moving forward, dear team, let me inform you that trading in financial market involves a very high risk. It may or may not lead to partial or complete loss of invested funds, and therefore I would like to inform you that the action which have been performed by me on my trading account are based on my experience, and repeating these actions, you act at your own discretion. So be very careful while taking trades. I do aim taking trades in my live account, but this is just an example that I'm giving you. If you want to take a trade, you can take a trade along with that. But yeah, there are certainly risks involved in it, because I can recover my amount. Okay, so let's talk about the very good news as of now. Asia Composite Index, watch it very closely. If you go ahead with the 1 day graph, you will observe the Asia Composite Index has breached its previous support level, and it's just staying around that price level. This price level can act as a very good level of support in the longer run, and there is a very good opportunity for you. Here, opening up a trade with the moderate value of multiplier along with 100 or 200, that would yield very good profitability in the longer run. It will go in upward direction, but not in a day. There is a very good probability within probably a week. There is a very good option for Asia Composite Index to rise, and it's a good option to open up a trade. We have one comment. Ritik ji said, sir, what do you think about Bitcoin in Forex? Okay, so let's look at Bitcoin right now. Okay, now there's a very quick update that I wanted to give you. So if you watch it very closely, Bitcoin is one of the assets which works exactly opposite to the variation in USD. Now you have seen the USD was rising, and that's why it was the value of Bitcoin has been tumbling down. Now since the market is rising, and yeah, getting back to your question, sir. Bitcoin has a very good uptrend potential in upcoming time. Yes, you are right. Because if you watch Bitcoin very closely, let me draw a little support line in here. Okay, let me draw an horizontal. I ended up making like around 47% profit on this one, and I closed the trade as I made the profit on this one. But yeah, in the longer run, if you watch it very closely, this specific level was acting as a level of resistance, and once this resistance was broken, the same line acted as a level of support. Now following this, if you find Bitcoin anywhere from 25,000 to 26,000, that would be an excellent buying opportunity for you, because considering the fact of variation, but there is a very good chances for Bitcoin to move into the upward direction. Keep a very closer look on this. Yeah, Ritik ji, you have a very good proportion. So if it is very close to like around 26, between 26, 25, 26, and approximately a little lesser than 27 can be a very good opportunity for upward direction. But in case you want your trade to be safe for the longer run, what you can do, you can go ahead, select a moderate leverage, which is 5, and take a trade in upward direction. Now why 5 multiplier? If you zoom out, click on this, you will see your stop loss value is below its previous support level. That means even in the case of uncertainty, there are very less chances that your trade will be closed around this price level. So there will be only one option for asset to move, and that would be upward direction trade. Even it falls itself down below this level, but certainly in the longer run, it has a very good opportunity to move into the upward direction. Have a closer look on this, dear trader. Your comments and your questions are highly appreciated, and in fact, I'm loving it once you are asking these questions to me. Okay, so that is the very first update. Asia Composite Index, there is a very good opportunity for trend to follow upward direction. Using moderate set of multiplier, 100 and 200 can work your way out for it. I in fact ended up making more than, I believe, as I told you, more than $3,500. Look at this very closely. In FTT, I did took a trade on Asia Composite Index, and watch it very closely. It's lying around $1,600, and I ended up making $1,488. Not only in FTT, but there is another trade which I have taken on another my USDT account, and it's exactly the same value, I believe. Okay, let's just scroll it a little down. Okay, some sort of non-profitability still is there. It was like around $1,666 or something. You see, no trading can be 100% accurate, and that's why I'm showing you my results, because some of the trades were taking trades for today were market was little volatile. So here is another trade of mine. So $1,442 I made. I make majority of my profit, and some of the trades are still alive of mine, especially on Asia Composite Index. If you will see, this is $192. Again, the expiration time is around 23 hours. And on Forex, I ended up making just 12% profit. With 100 leverage I have taken, $4,000 I have invested, 12% profit. You make the profit and leave the market. That's the first thing. So yeah, and finally it started giving us profit. So it's a good trade right now. Anyways, moving ahead. That's the very first update, and now let me prepare you team for the next week. In the next week, we have a couple of major news impacted. The first one would be on Tuesday, where PPI data, which means producer price index data, will be released. This PPI data again can have a very good impact. It doesn't really form a big of a candle, but there are very good chances that you can make a good amount of profit in this PPI. Usually the trend is on the unidirection, and this PPI candles has an ability to recover itself. That means if it on the very first candle, if it follows an upward direction trend, the second candle can be a recovery one if it forms. Vishalji said trade on FTT, please. Sure sir, I was just going ahead with that. I'm just giving you a little insight about financial market right now. In Forex, you have 3 to 4 trading ideas. Let me just repeat it once again. On gold, there is a very good opportunity. If gold lies between 1800 to 1810, it's a very good opportunity, and that's why, in fact, team, if you'll see, I did open up a trade on this one, not on this account, probably on another sub account of mine. Yeah, see this. This is exactly where we have taken the trade and seems to be profitable for us. What I'll do, I'll just close this $150 trade once it is on the profitable end for us. Okay, it was a very good opportunity indeed. Here we also took a trade in gold, $225 for I believe it's 48 minutes, 17 minutes are remaining. This is because of non-farm payroll trade, and this is our non-farm payroll trade. Exactly, we took a trade in dollar index because we know for sure the dollar has to decrease right now, and it's been decreasing and giving us the profit. So yeah, we are on the profitable end. However, there is one mistake which I made on USD JPY. So rather than opening up a trade on a little higher end, I just open up a trade on very quickly on this, and that's why you will see the trade is still alive, and I'm very positive about the recovery part. At least half of the candle will be recovered, and I'll be closing my trade very soon on this one, because since it is $600, let's just make it like around, if it is around 1 or 2% profit, I'll be closing the trade. There is no absolutely point for keeping this trade alive on this one. If we could have able to catch the candle on the higher end, that would have been very good for us. It would have been amazing, dear team. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'll be reading your comments in the meantime. Tony G said, how do you get news? Oh, on news, you have a lot of sources available to get your news. So either you can go ahead on economic calendar. If you are aware about it, let me know. If not, in the next session, we'll be talking about this economic calendar, especially about economic calendar. In economic calendar, you can find all the major impactful news. Here I have applied 2 stars filters. However, there are 2 to 3 stars we can apply. Yeah, so here it is. And majority of the time financial market works on these numbers, but be very careful. Not every data is worth of trading. There are only 6 data which are very important. So CPI, PPI, PMI, these are very extremely important data. Then we have non-farm payroll, GDP, trade balance, interest rate decisions. These are biggest data so far, biggest data. And yes, you can make a lot of money in it. In fact, I ended up making in it, and you too can make a good amount of profit in it, dear team. Anyways, let's move ahead. Yeah, let's go ahead with the strategy which we were about to discuss, right? Today we'll be discussing about a simple trading strategy in fixed time frame, which we call it as a barcode trading strategy. Barcode is nothing but a single oscillator working independently. That's demarker oscillator. If you are aware about it, if you are an advanced or expert status client, you will be able to see this trading strategy in the trading strategy window. See, in advanced status clients, you can have this barcode trading strategy. Click on here and press on enable option. Okay, so since we have selected Forex, that's why it's not applying. Just quickly switch on to FTT and then apply this trading strategy. Oh, our gold is working amazingly. That's so nice of the gold working out. So I had a word with the client. So 1800 level can act as a very good level of support. Let's just see. Okay, 1% profit. We'll close this 1% trade, and we'll keep this second trade alive for the beneficial part. Okay, so we were on to the strategy. Click on A symbol, strategies option, and here you will be selecting one of my favorite. It will be a little riskier trading strategy since we will be taking a trade for the very shorter duration. It's a demarker strategy. Demarker oscillator, click on enable option and everything will be enabled automatically. There is nothing that you need to do or apply as of now. In demarker oscillator, what you will see or observe, okay, so probably couple of minutes duration trade. Okay, let's just reduce this. 2 minutes duration. If you find a very good signal, we'll be trying to take trades on the same using this strategy. Okay. Okay, now in this trading strategy, as I told you, it's just the demarker oscillator, nothing more than that. And here in demarker oscillator, if you watch it very closely, the period is 1. That means it's a single candle observation. It's just calculating a 1 candle variation. Here you will see a reference line of 0.5. If the demarker oscillator is above 0, if you will see here, we probably had a signal, but it was formed a little earlier one. So anyways, we'll we are just testing this strategy out as of now. A little earlier trade could have been better for us, not this one right now, but anyways, we'll just observe the market for this time. If the demarker oscillator is below 0.5 and it's crossing 0.3, that is 30% line, that means there is a very good opportunity to open up a downward trend. The momentum is usually into the downward direction. It's the same one. If the demarker oscillator is pointing in upward direction, that means there is a very good probability that the candle would be upward direction. But remember this, it should be more than the 70%. That means an uptrend, and if it is less than this, that means it's a downtrend. Let me know if you are getting this trading strategy, and yeah, our trade is profitable on this one. Let's look at the remaining trades of ours. Okay, so just 10 minutes are remaining for the trade to be profitable right now. Let's move ahead with varying this trading strategy on different asset, and we'll try to maximize our profitability on this one. Okay, so Santosh Reddy ji said, sir, are you guiding any group when we have to sell and when we have to buy? No, sir, that's not the case, Santosh ji. I, as a financial analyst, because like I have been trading for more than 5 years. Like I have overall experience of around 15 to 16 years, and I believe everyone's way of understanding market is quite different. So as an analyst, my objective is to guide my client where are the good entry points, right? And following these points, if you are making profit, then that is good. Because I usually follow this analysis, I go ahead with a lot of analysis part, and then I go ahead and tell my clients that there is a very good entry points. And in fact, there are a lot of entry points available, but it also depends upon market condition to market condition. Yeah, I believe I have given an answer to you, Mr. Reddy. Okay, so let's try to do some live trading in here. So again, the name of the strategy, dear team, is a demarker trading strategy, BARCODE trading strategy, where the demarker oscillator is being used for the period 1. Now, if some of you do not have an advanced or expert status here, you can use this trading strategy by using an oscillator. You can just click on this technical analysis symbol, right, and then click on oscillators. Here you will select demarker oscillator. As soon as you select demarker oscillator, everything will be applied automatically, but there is one thing that you need to keep a very closer look on. On the demarker oscillator, we need period for 1. It's checking last 14 candles. So rather than 14 candles, we'll stick with only 1 candle. That is 1 period, and here you will click on this green option and select this bars set. As soon as you select these bars, every information will be available before you in terms of bars. Remember this, no trading strategy can be 100% accurate. So your objective is to maximize your probability of profit by selecting a proper asset and signals, and if not, you have to follow martingale approach. But remember this, when you are following martingale approach, some of you might know, some of you don't. Martingale approach is doubling your amount on a very next trade. Now, martingale approach have some positive and negative effects as well, because when you are trying to use martingale approach, be very careful. If you try to double your amount, you should have that much amount of available balance in your trading account, right? Do not risk your capital at the highest stake. We always start with the smaller amount, and if you made the profit, you will get back to the previous volume that you were using. Here I do have like around $8,000 in my trading account, but I'm not using this higher amount. So always remember this 5 to 10% of the capital, 1 to 5%, in fact, I say, would be a very good approach to take a trade. 1 to 5% of the trading capital can work its way out for you. Okay, so we haven't seen our last trade, and it turns out to be profitable for us, dear team. It's profitable once again for us. You can test this trading strategy, may it be in your live account or your demo account, but first of all, you need to understand how demarker oscillator works. And here you can also use a different way of understanding it. See, even though there is a red candle formation occurred, but there is no confirmation from demarker oscillator. That means the strength is still into the upward sentiments right now. Right now it has given us an option to open up a trade. Remember this, when you are opening up a trade in any specific direction of your choice, be very careful. So it should be, if you are taking a trade in upward direction or downward direction, the candle should be indicating the same. If the candle is green and the bar formation is red, that's no signal. That's not a good signal to take a trade on. Okay, so here at the same time, I also suggest you 1 minute's duration would be a little riskier. So what you can do, you can also go ahead with 2 minutes to 3 minutes expiration time. So risk to reward ratio is always on the balance side. We have one comments from couple of our clients. Where is the Hindi channel? Rishi ji, you can find our channel. It's Olymp Trade India. Go out on the search menu, hit the search button, and you will find it there. We will have special webinars conducted on it as well. Yeah. We have another client. Ritik ji said, sir, CCI is also good for making profit. Sir, any indicator or oscillator is just a combination of mathematical tool which helps you to determine the trend. It doesn't matter as long as you are making profit which oscillator or indicator you use, because every client has a very different way of understanding market. So some indicator can work, sometimes the indicator don't work, because since, as I told you, the market being very volatile right now, major impactful news release events were there, and right now the US stock market will be opening, and that's why a little variation you can see as of now in here. So yeah, there will be some sort of chances for you available to make a good amount of profit. As I told you, we have a lot of news lined up for us, especially in the next week. I'll tell you how to work up with consumer price index data. CPI data seems to be very important in order to make profitability in the longer run. We yet need to understand what are the nuances related to it and what were the major parts we could have been able to make a good amount of profit. So yeah, you can use it every trading strategy in your favor to maximize our potential. These are the trades which I am taking in my trading account, and all you can see is the expiration time. 1 minute duration expiration time would be a little riskier one. I would suggest you to first of all test this trading strategy, make it in your demo account or live account, and then we'll start following martingale approach on this one. So let's find a good signal. The candle is about to end and it's a green one, so there is not a very good signal. Usually what I suggest my client is go ahead with 1:2 or 3 formation. That means if you are observing the graph for a minute, your expiration time should be double or triple of it. And if you are observing the graph for, let's just say, 5 minutes, your expiration time should be 10 or 15 minutes duration. Based on that, you can select. Asia Composite Index amazingly, and what you can see is giving us the profit. And in case, dear team, if you are not very certain, here in this situation, especially in this trading strategy or the demarker oscillator you select, you can also select a combination of parabolic indicators. Parabolic can work its way out and giving you a precise signal whether the trend has been following, whether the trend is in upward direction or downward direction, and we can take trades accordingly in that specific direction. Okay, so we'll try to take some more trades, it's just pointing in upward direction. It's a doji candle. Doji candles are not very certain candles as of now, so there is no way we will be taking a trade on this one. We'll just skip the asset. Okay, let's just do a little technical analysis here. A little support line in here, and the previous candle seems to be doji, so this is not a very reliable signal. Let's skip this. A downtrend, all right. We have a dot formation in upward direction. A doji is partial doji, right? Let's take a trade in downward direction on this. Okay, seems like the market trend reverse after us a while, right? We have to be very careful. Let's just look at a very good signal to take a trade on. Okay, dot formation below the candle, we can take a trade in upward direction in here. You can use this trading strategy, may it be in a minute duration or 2 minutes duration expiration time. That won't be a problem. But as long as you are using it, be very careful. You have to first of all practice this trading strategy and find out whether there is a good trend or not. If there is a good trend, we can basically take a trade in specifically in that direction to maximize our profitability. If you have any questions, I'll be reading your comments, team. Please let me know. I'll be very thrilled to have your comments, read your comments. I'm going through your comments, dear team. Okay, let's try to switch between assets once again. No signal in here. Do we have another signal? Let's just watch it closely. I think one of the trade has been closed recently. I'm not very sure. Let's just watch it once again. Okay, so dollar index trade has been closed. Nice. $80 profit we made. Around 21 seconds are remaining for this trade to close. So yeah, gold seems to be a very good trading idea for us, dear team. Yeah, it turned out to be a very good trading idea in here. Okay, nice. Now there is a little recovery formation has been there, but overall in the longer run there is a very good opportunity for trying to follow. We have another profitable trade, $225 finally. Yeah, so NFP basically worked out well for us. We ended up making a good amount of profit. We had like around $7,900, and right now we are in the profitable business. This is the trading strategy that we were talking about, the BARCODE trading strategy. Okay, so we have one question from Mr. Tony. What is the work of that button above up, that is green button? Okay, so here what you will see here is the risk-free trade. It's the shield option. It gives you an extra edge. So suppose even if you select this one and if your trades become non-profitable, so let's just suppose I selected it here and took a trade in, okay, so let's go ahead with downward direction. We did open up a trade on here, right? It's a $10 trade, but this is, we call it as a risk-free trade. I'll show you a little demonstration in here. So since we have opened up a trade on this one, if the trades seems to be non-profitable, we took the trade in downward direction, and if it is follow upward direction, and if our trade becomes non-profitable, so here just because of these, even the trade is non-profitable, the amount will not be debited. This is what we call it as a risk-free trade, Tony ji. Okay, a risk-free trade is a trade on which either your profit, if you earn a profit on this one, it will be credited into your trading account, and if the trade seems to be non-profitable one, then in that situation the respective amount will be recredited into your trading account, the non-profitable amount I'm talking about. This is a risk-free trade, right? And after that what you can see is this timer button. Here you can open up, can you see this? Even the trade was non-profitable, what is written here is 00. That means the amount wasn't debited from your trading account, Mr. Tony. So yeah, I hope you are enjoying today's webinar. We still have a lot of things that I wanted to discuss with you. So couple of more things that I'll tell you for today, and yeah, we'll call it our day off after that. So two important news. If you are inclined on learning about fundamental analysis, I would love to tell you about this. What you can do, you can select this calendar and go ahead on next week. There are one of the most important data releases, this core PPI data on 11th of October. This data has a tendency to recover the candle. If both of these data turns to be positive, there is a very good chances that the next candle will be a recovery candle. It will be recovering on the same day or after that, but there is a very good opportunity for that candle to recover. And after that, we will have another news. This is one of my important news. We call it as a CPI, in which you can make like around 200 to 300% profit. There is a very good chances for that if the candle tends to be in that specific direction, what we basically analyze about. But yeah, it can be a very good big candle formation in here. So yeah, dear team, it was a session from my end. There were a lot of topics that I wanted to discuss with you, but in the next session we'll be talking about them in more detail. Be very careful. In the next Thursday, the CPI data will be released exactly around 6, so you can expect a very big candle from that. It can be a very big one, and we can always maximize our profitability on that. So keep a very closer look on this data. It was lovely meeting you once again. I wish you all the best in trading. Keep trading, keep making profit, and have a great day ahead. Thank you very much for being with me. I'll be